Hey everybody, Mary Beth Tice here with Team Gale, and we're doing our next couple blogs on kind of gardening and curb appeal, because that's really important, not only if you are planning on moving, but also just for keeping up your property. You want it to look nice and appealing, so that way more people want to come check out your house and feel more welcome and everything. So what I wanted to go over today were just some basics for getting your lawn ready for spring. Alright, now one of the easiest things you can do is simply go through, rake up your yard, make sure there's no dead leaves or decaying pine straw just kind of laying around. What that does is it prevents the grass from starting to turn green for the spring and grow. Right now we've got a lot of warm days, and actually I'm looking out the window right now and it's a little drizzly and rainy, which is in no way fun for a Monday morning or Monday afternoon actually at this point, but what you still want to make sure that kind of stuff isn't there, because it can lock in the moisture. And while some natural moisture containment, I guess, is good because it will promote growth, too much is actually a bad thing. And if you want to let your grass grow and turn green and pretty for the springtime, you're going to want to remove those dead leaves and pine straw. Now, on the other hand, if you have flower beds or plants around and you want to put something around there to make them kind of pop a little bit and look good, your best bet's really to go with a mulch. You can buy this at most home improvement stores. I know I've even seen it in places like Walmart, where you can buy really good brands and for not a lot of money. I've actually bought some that are guaranteed to keep their color for the full year. What I like to do, if I have a lot of evergreens, I put down a mulch that's either a chocolate brown or a really pretty brick red, because it gives that pop of color and it contrasts nicely with the evergreen. So that's one idea, is to put that down. Another thing you're going to want to do is to go through, start weeding your gardens, getting them ready for planting in the spring. So go through, weed them, take some small rakes, and actually get down on your hands and knees and kind of go through there with your hands. You're going to want to remove any trash that may have gotten in there throughout the season, any small rocks or shells. I mean, we do live in a very sandy soil area, and you will occasionally find things like shells, especially from seagulls, that are, they pick up the shells off the beach and bring them inland, God bless them, and drop them on your cars. But you're going to find that kind of stuff in your flower beds. You're going to want to remove that, and you're going to want to make sure there's no weeds. Till the soil. If you're going to be planting plants, you don't need to right now buy a topsoil or gardening soil to put in there, but you're going to want to plan for it. Now, with both your mulch and your soil, whether you're doing a container garden or in the ground, do the best math you possibly can for your area to make sure that you have as much mulch and soil as you're going to need. For me, I've never really been good at figuring out exactly how much I'm going to need for those kinds of things, so I usually buy about 3 times more than what I think I'm going to need, and somehow that always ends up being the perfect amount. That's me. If you know exactly how big your flower beds are, though, by all means, use that amount so you know how much coverage you're going to want. And even then, maybe buy an extra bag or 2 depending on how big your area is, just so you have it on hand. Alright, next thing you're going to want to do is go through and kind of start edging your lawn. This is a really big one. You can use a weed eater if you actually have an edger, that's perfect, but go through in the winter time. You kind of get those long little vine things, because we have a lot of crabgrass and whatnot around here that kind of snake out from your yard into the driveway or into the sidewalks. Just go through and edge that, really clean it up. It looks about 1,000 times better when you don't have that kind of stuff going around. and pull up any weeds that you might have in the cracks of your sidewalk, or spray some weed killer through there to get rid of that kind of stuff. Another thing that you can do that's really easy and makes things look so much nicer on a nice warm day is to get out the pressure washer and pressure wash your driveway and sidewalk areas. This just helps remove a lot of the dirt that gets, ground into concrete over time, and we all have that. So if you pressure wash it, make sure that you're not doing areas that are really coated in oil without first checking regulations. See where that water runs off to, or if you can maybe somehow diverge it away from any kind of public areas and dispose of it properly, because we don't want to add oil to our sewer systems and our drainage systems. But pressure washing does really bring life back to your yard, and you can also pressure wash your house. In a lot of areas around here, because we are such a humid environment where we don't necessarily have a lot of sun in some places, just depending on the shape of your house, you might have an area that has some mildew on it. So pressure wash that off, and it just breathes new life into your siding. Alright, if you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to email me at marybeth@teamgale.net, and I'll be back with you guys shortly and give you more tips on how to prep your yard and prep your garden for springtime. Have a great day.